What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another edition of untilit.works group study session thing. Oh, stretch. First break, you got to stretch it out. Oh, I feel much better. Okay, so welcome. For people that are new, we're going to go through kind of like the lay of the land so you can kind of understand what's happening. And so, like I said, this is untilit.works. It's a thing I created to help me work on projects that I've been meaning to work on. And so I'm the type of person where I need to set aside time to make sure that I work on things. And so I set this time aside. So 3 hours. So a cipher consists of 3 hours. And within the cipher, there are two types of sessions. There's the work session and the break session. Depending on when you came in, you may have just been in a work session, or maybe you just hopped in with a break right into a break session. And if you ever do that, hop into a break session, the video may look like it's frozen, but that's because browsers don't allow for autoplay video and audio. So I'm actually working on a project where I'm probably going to have the audio be muted and have the video playing so that when people join like later, it will show the video. Those need to click to unmute it. And you may see that in other like websites that have video and stuff too. So that's why. Yeah. So that explains the video where we're at. So that explains a little note where it says you may need to click play to start the stream. All right. Now, also next to that is the open close caption button. And so right now I'm having the my speech turned into text through the web speech recognition API. And that button opens up like a little space. And then my words are hopefully being transcribed properly. And so you'll be able to kind of read what I'm saying. There's that. It's all automatic. So thank you. Below that, now, if there's anything that you may find interesting during these break sessions, you can actually create your own clip. And when something has happened that you want to clip out, you hit add a clip. And what I'll do is take the timestamp, go a little bit before and after, and it will clip out a 5-second clip. You get 5 of those. And when you're done, you'll be able to you hit create a highlight video. Highlights video. Create a highlights video. That's what it says there. And what's going to happen is that's going to take those clips, the timestamps for them, and save them in the back end so that when I hit stop broadcast here, it will take that with your username and take the recording, cut out the clips, put them together with like a custom intro, and have that available for you to download and check out and maybe post to Twitter or Instagram like I do. So, and I'll talk about how to do that later. So that is just the create a highlights video. All right. Also, we got a countdown timer that's counting down to when the end of the break session happens and the work session begins. Also, you can join the room and chat and or ask questions. So there's that. All right, cool. So that is pretty much the break session in a nutshell. Again, those happen 15 minutes after the hour and last for about 15 minutes. And you can also, if you'd like to talk about anything that you found cool, you can actually come up, do a show and tell, and have you on here. And you can, like 5-10 minute lightning talk. Nothing, too strenuous or anything. Just kind of talk about whatever you found interesting. Don't, it's not a lot of, no pressure or anything. Okay, so, and I'll show how you can sign up to join for the show and tell. Show my screen. Not going to need the audio. Cool. So this is the work session. Your site, your background may be different because it's just randomly selected images of like environments, and so like nature pics, and so that may look different. But up here in the right-hand corner, as always, there's the menu. And so there's the home, shop, subscribe, and log in, log out, depending on your status. Subscribe, if you click that, that will show all the upcoming ciphers that I have planned so far. It's only for like next week because I'm going to be traveling for the next couple of weeks after that. So depending on where I am, I may or may not have one of these. So to make it up, if you want to have one like during the week or whatever, let me know on Twitter or something at lifelong dev. And I can set something up. Hopefully we'll see what we can work with as far as the schedule if you want to do it. So that subscribes there. You can check that out. And on the other side, we have this player. It's from Bandcamp. So I know some really talented artists, and a few of them, I asked a few of them if they would want to submit some music, and they said yes. And so I created a site for them to submit their Bandcamp songs. And so yeah, so that pulls from that list, from those submissions, and it like kind of like a loop of just tracks. Like you just keep going. So you hit play if you want to listen to some music while you're working on what you're working on. And you can also, since it's a Bandcamp player, you can buy the track. You can also share it. And then I have a link where you can tweet it and help kind of support the artists, you know, just saying, hey, I like this song. You know, just I'm a big fan of supporting like independent artists. All right, here towards the center, we have the to-do section because, you know, when you're working on something, it's good to have like a list of the things you need to work on. And so you add a task where it says add a task, either hit the plus sign or hit enter, and it'll add it to this middle area here. Now you can edit, delete, and mark them off as done. And if you do mark it off as done, it will show up here under done. You click done, and it'll show you the list there. Now, when everything is completed, you can hit the tweet icon logo, and I'll open up Twitter, and it'll pre-populate a tweet with the list of the things you got completed, like little green check marks. So kind of a nice way to kind of wrap up everything that you've been working on. So it feels kind of cool, at least for me. All right, we got another countdown timer. That's counting down to when the next works break session happens. Again, those happen 15 minutes after the hour. Now we have some tutorials here. I'm a JavaScript developer advocate at Vonage. And so I have some tutorials there from stuff that I kind of like help work on. And so I have that. But if you're not even sure about coding and you're looking for like an introduction, I also have links to freecodecamp.org and the Odin project. And from what I've seen and heard about both of them, they can give you like a good overview and an idea of what is like needed to be in like web development, kind of like, you know what I'm saying, gives you like a good feel for what, you know, is required and things. So and then you can decide, you can make a educated like decision on whether or not you want to spend more time or money, spend more time and or money pursuing it. You know what I mean? So maybe you can turn it into a career like I did or what have you. So I didn't take Free Code Camp or Odin Project. I don't think they were around when I was like messing around with code. So there's that. But like I said, I have 3 tutorials from Vonage that I worked on. And one of them is, I think they're all pretty cool. And one of them is you create an application where you can put in your phone number, hit call, and it'll ring your actual real world phone number, like your phone that is attached to the number. And then you can have a conversation. Then I have one where it's the opposite, where you call a virtual number that you get. And in your application, you'll be able to call that virtual number, and the application you create will answer the phone, and you can have a conversation in between. It's kind of cool stuff. And then the third one is 2 users log into an application, and one can call the other, and then you can have a conversation between the two. So there's that. I use that quite a bit, actually. So yeah, cool. So that's that. Okay, Hako. I'll show you a little bit more about that later, but it's a way of being able to get feedback and help if you get stuck. Show and tell sign up. Again, that's where you'll sign up if you want to come on and do like a quick lightning talk, 5-10 minutes about whatever you found fascinating. If not, I'm going to talk about what I found fascinating and maybe look at an artist's website. And then remember that video that you sent to be created into a highlight clip? Well, initially it'll say status submitted. And while it's working on it and getting it ready, but once it's ready to be viewed, it'll say done. And you can click view. It'll show you a preview of it. You can download it. You can click a link to send it to Twitter. What I've been doing is I've been attaching the video because sometimes the Twitter embed card or the preview video won't show up. So I've just been attaching my video that I downloaded to that because I uploaded to Instagram anyway. So there's that. Cool. Now, let's talk about the Hako. And again, Hako stands for Help a Coder/Creator Out. Again, your workspace may look different, but if you were to click like View under Hako, you'll see kind of like any Hakos that have been created, and you can join them. But before joining, I would recommend checking out the creator. You can click on their name to view either their Twitter or their GitHub profile to kind of make sure it's the type of place that you may want to, join. Now, if you're creating one, you'll just fill out this little form. You put in the title. You put in any like 3 keywords that could help somebody that's in that previous section and be like, oh, okay, there's some things that look familiar. Maybe I can help. So yeah, there's that. And then when you hit create, you'll actually get a link that you can share. So you can copy it and paste it somewhere, or you can click this link to click to share on Twitter. And then that will again open up Twitter with a pre-populated tweet with your link, so you can invite people to come and help you out. Then you can join your own Hako. And so this is what the Hako looks like. So over here in the upper right-hand corner, you can leave if you so choose. You can open the menu to see who's in there. This is the title right here at the top center. There's another countdown timer that's counting down to when the next break session happens. Again, you can copy the URL to your Hako. You can share it on Twitter. Now, here, when a person clicks the link, they don't just jump into your room. They actually have to, you have to let them in. So they only request to join the room. And so you'll be able to see under pending who's requesting to join the room, and you can approve or deny them. Now, let's say you approve them, but they turn out to be a terrible person. Oh, also, you can also click their username to open up their profile either on Twitter or GitHub, so you can kind of see whether or not you want to let them into your room. Now, let's say you checked out the profile, everything looks good, but they still turned out to be a horrible person. You can ban them, and I'll kick them out the room. All right, now, as the owner of the room, only you can share your screen, because my thought is that if the people in the room can see what you're working on, then you'll be able to get, better help and feedback and stuff on what it is, because they can see what you see, and then you can help each other. They can help you with something, and you can see the results and see if it worked or not. So I think that's pretty cool. So you can do that. The ways you can communicate is that we have a text chat here. And now if you don't want to have to keep typing in, you can enable audio chat. And what that'll do is it will, just like now, it'll do the web speech recognition API and take your voice, turn it into some text, and then actually send it to the text chat. Now, if another person enabled their audio chat, then you'll both be able to hear each other, and you can communicate that way. Similar to that tutorial that I mentioned before, where 2 people through the browser can speak with each other. So that's that. Now, let's say you don't even want to look at the chat. Well, you can enable the text to speech. And so what happens is, as text is added to the text chat, the computer will read out the message. And so that way you don't even have to be looking at the thing. You can be focused on whatever it is that you're working on, and you can get updates. So I wanted to be able to have people communicate however they wanted, right? And then again, you'll be able to see the Hako in the listing there. And I think that's it. So not too bad timing. I'm doing all right. And so I'm super close to finishing up this one feature of this project I want to get done in the next couple of weeks before I travel. And so it's coming together pretty good. So I want to get back to that. But I'm going to send you all off with some traveling music. Again, thanks for coming out and hanging out. And I'm just going to create this highlight video. Cool. And thanks again, y'all, for hanging out. I'm going to send you all with this track from Anthony Cruz, aka A Butta. The track is called Thank You, because I want to thank y'all for hanging out. And we'll see you in 45 minutes. Again, 15 minutes after the hour, we'll start back with another break. If no one wants to sign up for show and tell, we talk about this thing that I came across on the internet that I thought was pretty cool, and we'll just kind of look into that. All right. So cool. Here we go. Share my screen. That's set up. Cool. Definitely want to have audio. So again, this is Anthony Cruz, aka A Butta. The track is called Thank You. And I'm out, and I will see you soon. Thanks again for hanging out. I wish you much productivity. See you later.
I want to say thank you for holding on when a brother was down and out. Now I feel so strong. And I wanna say thank you for being there when a brother had nowhere to turn to. You were there, and I feel like yeah. And everybody said yeah. We spread love like yeah. I wanna say thank you for holding on when a brother was down and out. Now I feel so strong, and